Second straight year, Chris Horn's trying to knock off a team from the vaunted SEC at a bowl game.
Yeah, Raj, and they are in the heart of SEC country here in New Orleans, but Texas still settling in just fine in town despite that fact. A fun day for them today. Earlier, they visited Children's Hospital, and right now they're actually across the street from the Superdome watching the Mavericks-Pelicans game. But they got their first look inside their Superdome earlier today when they held their first practice here in town, pumping in crowd noise as they do for every road game. That especially important this week because that stadium is notoriously loud on game days. Whether the noise will be more for Texas or Georgia, though, well, that remains to be seen. Now, while this matchup isn't a rivalry for these two teams, it certainly is between the two conferences. The Big 12 kind of has a chip on its shoulder, while the SEC widely regarded as the best conference in the country. And since the start of the BCS era in 1998, the SEC has won 11 national titles. But when it comes to this game, the players acknowledge the talk, but are just focused on one team and one game, not an entire conference.
You know, it is a lot of talk between, SEC is,
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still football.
To Malcolm Roach's point, the SEC is the only conference to never get shut out of the college football playoffs. We'll hear more from Roach coming up later tonight. He's one of 3 Louisiana Longhorns excited to be playing back in their hometown and excited to be showing off the fantastic food scene here in New Orleans. His teammates have already taken notice.
I went to Willie's Chicken Shack. 14 bucks I've ever spent.
And Patrick Vahe just stumbled upon that Chicken Shack. I asked my Twitter followers for recommendations. So far, they have been on point. We've had 2 phenomenal dinners here in New Orleans, Roger.